Hey, it's Michael. Welcome to the channel. And if you have cut the cord over the past few years and switched to live TV streaming, you've probably experienced at least one price hike, maybe two, three, or four. So in today's video, I'm going to take a look at cable versus streaming and whether the savings are really worth it. I did the math using a real cable customer's bill, and I was surprised by the actual monthly savings. By the end of today's video, you're going to have a better idea of whether cutting the cord is worth it for you. Let's get started. For a few years now, a common marketing message with live TV streaming services is that they are half the price of cable. Here's YouTube TV's website. It says you can save $500 a year, and I'm pretty sure this used to say $600 a year. That $500 a year savings is based on a cable bill of more than $100 a month. But where does that number come from? Buried in the fine print, YouTube TV links to a 2019 study from the Leichtman Research Group. So I reached out to Leichtman Research Group for some updated numbers, and I got an interesting reply. According to its latest study, average monthly pay TV spending in 2020 was $105 a month. That's actually down $4 a month from the $109 in 2019. Huh? So how is that possible? Well, I have been emailing back and forth with Bruce Leichtman, and through our conversation, I learned that that average includes more than just traditional cable and satellite services. It is for all pay TV providers. So that means live TV streaming services, YouTube TV, Sling TV, Hulu Live, and the rest, they are also included in that average, and that is why you're seeing it go down from 2019 to 2020, because more people are switching to live TV streaming. Let's put averages aside for a moment because I'm going to share with you a real-life example. I have been reviewing cable bills from family and friends over the past few weeks, and I'm going to share with you one of them now. It is what I'd say the most typical cable package of the bunch that I reviewed. But this is not a typical customer. This is someone who has called up Xfinity, their cable provider, and renegotiated their rate every couple of years. Check this out. Here is the Xfinity bill. It is $136 before taxes and $150 after taxes. The customer is getting a $60 a month discount as part of a 2-year agreement. Comcast calls this the Triple Play cable, internet, and home phone service. The customer doesn't even use the landline, but the Triple Play was cheaper at the time of the last renegotiation, and that is something I hear a lot from Xfinity customers. Here is why I say this bill is typical. You see the customer gets more than 140 channels, and internet with download speeds up to 200 megabits per second. In addition to the base package, there are two add-ons, $10 for HD and $10 for NFL Red Zone. Service fees include a broadcast TV fee and a regional sports fee, $22 a month total. There's no way around these. Taxes, they're an extra $14 a month, and that brings us to $150 a month. From the bills that I have reviewed recently, $150 a month for cable and internet, that's not bad. But remember, that promotional rate is about to expire and the bill is going to go way up. So what we're going to do right now is do a little bit of working backwards to find out the actual potential savings with a live TV streaming service. And the first thing we're going to have to do is we have to take internet out of the equation, so we are only looking at the pay TV portion of the bill. Recently, I put up a poll on YouTube. I asked, if you've cut the cable TV cord, how much do you pay for internet service every month? And half the people who responded said $50 to $75 a month. And $60 to $75 a month sounds about right to me. I pay $60 a month for 200 megabits per second with my provider. I am not with Xfinity right now, but I have been in the past, and that $60 figure sounds about right too. So let's use $60 a month for internet service as our sample price, and when you subtract that from $150, the total price of the bundle, it leaves $90 a month for our live TV streaming service. There are a lot of live TV streaming options for under $90 a month. YouTube TV is the most cable-like, so we're going to use that with our example. And also because remember from the cable bill, there is an extra sports package for NFL Red Zone. YouTube TV offers that. Let's take a look. YouTube TV's base plan is $65 a month as of this recording. But to make this comparison fair, we'll throw in the Sports Plus add-on for $11 to get NFL Red Zone. Now we are up to $76 a month. Taxes are tricky here because some places will tax streaming services and others don't. You gotta check with your state and local laws. You can go to your state's revenue department or just go through the checkout process with your live TV streaming service, and if there are taxes being assessed because of where you live, you will see them before you sign up. Now let's get back to our example. We subtracted $60 for internet from the $150 cable and internet bill. That left $90 for pay TV. And the YouTube TV plan we chose, with the sports add-on, $76 a month. That is a $14 a month savings compared to cable, but it could be a little less if streaming services are taxed where you live. Hardly a great deal at first glance, but when that Xfinity promo rate expires, the customer's bill goes up $60 a month, and then switching to streaming makes a lot more sense. Take a look at it this way. If you're saving $14 a month, that is $168 a year. But if you're saving $74 a month after that $60 price increase, that is $888 a year. So if you were the Xfinity customer in this example, would you switch to streaming? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and here are my thoughts. First, my advice to the person who shared this bill with me is to test out the major live TV streaming services while they are still an Xfinity customer. That way they can see if switching to streaming is something that they would actually consider. Then, about 2 months before the cable TV contract and that promotional rate is set to expire, call up Xfinity and ask for the retention department right away. And from there, tell them that you are thinking about switching to a streaming service to save money as soon as your promo ends. You can provide them with an offer that you found online, or just share the numbers that I showed you in this YouTube video, that $888 savings. This is important. Be polite and ask them to work with you on the price. Just be prepared that you may have to enter into another 1-year or 2-year commitment if they offer you a lower rate. And if they can't offer you a better deal, drop cable as soon as your contract ends. You don't want to pay early termination fees, and go internet only. And finally, get a live TV streaming subscription from one of those services that you tested out before you started the negotiation process with Xfinity. Some final thoughts here, and what I have learned from reviewing these cable bills over the past few weeks is that it is really difficult to nail down an average price for cable TV, and that is because they have made it so complicated. You've got promo rates, additional fees, and bundles which may include things like internet and even home phone service, which a lot of people don't want anyway. Your bill may be totally different than the one that I showed you today, but the takeaway is the same. Sit down and do the math. You can repeat the process that I showed in this video and get a better idea of how much you could be saving by switching to streaming, and then decide whether that savings is going to be worth it. So I've got to know, how much are you saving after cutting the cable TV cord? Or if you haven't, how much do you need to save every month in order to make that switch? Leave a comment below. I thank you for watching today's video. Please like this video if you got something out of it, and I hope to see you back here next time. Take care.